When Jaramogi died, you supported Kijana Wamalwa over Raila Odinga. There was a fallout between you and Raila.
It wasn't really a fallout. I think that is a misnomer. What happened was that Wamalwa was Jaramogi's deputy. And everybody in the party actually said, you know, he should be the chairman now, the leader of the party. Then the question was who becomes the deputy. We had a contest with Raila, a democratic contest, which I won. And, you know, I don't regret it. And between us, it was never really an issue. But what then happened subsequently is that Raila moved out of Fort Kenya, and I also subsequently moved out of Fort Kenya.
Yeah, but in
in 2007 again, we worked together.
Came back together.
Yeah.
But before that, okay, you say there was no fallout, but you were at loggerhead. You didn't get along very well with Raila.
No, we got along. We got along. You know, look at the literature Raila has written, and find out what he talks about me as a person in our political life. In some of the speeches that he made before he died, he said, politically, I was considered as one of Jaramogi's sons. I was a brother to Raila, just like he was a brother to me. Yeah, but there are times when we saw issues a little bit differently, including, you know, the BBI.
Yeah.
There were some issues in BBI that we didn't quite agree, but we discussed them. And, you know, Raila had his way, but I still supported him, but I warned him about the dangers. When we went to court, we lost because of the issues that we had raised, that, you know, BBI had some provisions which went against the Constitution.
So you weren't afraid to stand up to him?
Never, never, never. I mean, I was not afraid to stand up to Jaramogi. I mean, his father was a much senior politician.
Yeah.
Like, I remember one time when Jaramogi was in Kisumu, Moi was also in Kisumu. They had wanted me to join them in Kisumu. I refused to go. And when he came back in the same flight with Moi, we had a big quarrel because I told him, you are the alternative government. How could you travel with Moi in the same plane? Because in case there was an accident, both sides of government would be crushed. And eventually he agreed that I was correct.
You also differed with Raila over the Kilifi draft constitution.
The Kilifi draft,
yes.
Yes.
You differed with him then?
Yes, I differed with him.
In 2002, Moi is ineligible to run again.
Yes.
Kanu is on the verge of defeat.
Yes.
This is a historic moment. James Agri Orengo is not even a part of it, or that history, because you had declared, or you were running for president.
Yeah. You know, it was a protest because, you know, it's something I'm preaching up to now, that, you know, the opposition was getting together, but not on account of any principles. It was people getting together and saying, if we win, you're going to be president, you're going to be vice president, you're going to be prime minister. As soon as the election was over, trouble started. Because Raila Amolo Odinga was supposed to be prime minister, according to the agreement that they signed. There was a body called the Summit, and the Summit was not presided over by Kibaki. It was presided over by Moody Awori. When Moody wanted to convene the Summit after that election, he was told, you know, things have changed. There's now a head of state. And forget about all those promises that were made. You now must work within the context of the new reality that there is an elected president and you are ministers in his government. This is something that I foresaw and said, you know, let's get it right before we run into this election.
Yeah, you got 24,000 votes.
Yes.
You think that was your biggest political blunder at the time?
No, it was not a blunder. And in fact, I didn't really campaign around the country. But what we did was, to advocate some issues that we thought were important with people like Apollo Njonjo. And I think if you look at what happened subsequently, all the issues that we had raised led to the fall of the NAC government. Yeah, because everybody, kind of walked out.
Tell me something.